What's up, people? Daily Dub, meet the Dubs. We have got the unidentified madman, Damian.
What's up, peeps?
One of my very best friends. We roll all over Atlanta quite a bit. He gives me a little rub. You know what I'm talking about. Cool thing about D is he's into sides of the hobby that I don't have a lot of friends that are into. And for instance, one of the things I talk about, he's a cosplayer and he makes his own stuff and makes it.
Yeah.
And spends a lot of time going into DragCon. Damian is also extensively on podcasts, does convention panels, in the world of those things, talking about stuff, writing, talking whatever. He does a lot of that stuff, but he also collects a lot of figures. Huge DC fan. We got Batman right here on the chest. And he's beefing. He can put it down. And he's our resident baked goods specialist. I feel like I saw an Instagram post that gave me a tease that he wants to open a restaurant. I feel like that was a thing that was talked about.
That's a future project that's going to happen.
And your Instagram, unidentified _madman?
No, this one's unidentified madman.
Unidentified spaceman.
Yeah, I think. Okay, sure.
And he's on the Facebook and all that. If you want it, reach out to me. So first, I would love for you to talk about your Batman DC fandom, because we don't have a lot of DC love sometimes, so that'd be great.
Cool. So mine started very, very little, right? When I was little. Mine started with my older brother and watching the old Batman 76 TV show, and it graduated from there. But my favorite, Batman incarnation ever is Kevin Conroy Batman animated series. Tim, Paul Dini, with them creating Harley Quinn, all the stories they crafted together. That in particular is my favorite.
25 years later, still holds up completely.
Yeah, and it's no diss, because trust me, I loved Michael Keaton as Batman. Didn't have too many issues with Val Kilmer. The Clooney, I liked him as Bruce Wayne. Not so much as Batman, but for as long as you can remember, I'm 44 years old, right? I'm not a young man. I have a 22-year-old daughter. I am married, right? My fandom has gone on for a very, very long time. I remember about a year ago, my brother-in-law saw me, and he was like, "Oh, you got a Batman shirt on." I'm like, "Well, when have you not known me to ever have
You got a Batman everything. You could compete head to toe Batman.
That is correct. I actually
draws,
have
socks, pocket watch, I think. I mean, it's all
my gear watch, that has a Batman face on it, So, and I've always liked that. That's always been my thing. I still get the comics in the mail every month. I have a subscription for that. But again, right now, my focus has definitely been going back, recollecting all of my Batman the Animated Series stuff. I still have the old original 12-inch, just solid plastic animated figures.
Yep.
I actually have a copy of Arkham Asylum, which was originally, sent out.
Signed, right?
Signed by the writer, Paul Dini, who wrote for Batman the Animated Series.
If you're not familiar, Dini wrote the stories for the Arkham games, several of the Arkham.
He created Harley Quinn as well.
Yeah, but on the Xbox games, that Dini does those as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so that's always where my first love came from with that. And so even now, there's literally a shelf next to my desk, and it's just the Bat family. If there's a Bat family figure, I'm out there figuring out, do I have a version of this that I like, that I want in the family? The ultimate goal is to kind of build a little small Bat cave diorama with the giant penny,
a little customizer to help us with some
card, the giant T-Rex, right? Yeah. Multiple levels. That's been the end game for that one. Even today, when I went shopping, I was out there and I almost bought that Batwing. That almost happened. It was right across the threshold line where I was like, "Ooh, can't pay that much." But
so what? We'll so tell us about you Batman fandom. You were Deadshot.
I was
Suicide Squad Deadshot. So tell us about your. It's a relatively recent where you dove into the cosplay.
Correct.
I know you've really had a love for it, but
right.
I'm sure there's probably some cosplayers out there. So talk about that a little bit.
So what happened with that is, we go to DragonCon every year, and a couple of others. There's MomoCon here in Atlanta as well. Even today, while this is running, there's another Atlanta convention, sci-fi convention going on over at North DeKalb Mall. And I just kept seeing more and more people that were doing cosplay, and they looked like me, right? Which wasn't, for the longest time going to DragonCon, wasn't always the case.
Right.
and they're all around my age, right? And so what ended up happening was like, it's something I really, really wanted to do. So Suicide Squad came out, and I did the first time, and I learned how to play with a little foam and a little leather, because there are wonderful tutorials all over YouTube. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel,
learn how to do anything you want on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I made the Deadshot vest and everything else from scratch. I repainted a bunch of guns. I put all that together. I made the eyepiece from scratch. I refused to shave for about 2 months, and that was about the best I could do.
Yeah, taint was hair.
And you know, but there's a wonderful picture out there on Instagram.
Absolutely, yep.
That was actually a real rifle that I am holding. And
Ghost over there turning on a YouTube video in the middle of the video, just straight up watching something on speaker.
Well, you know
that. That's good. Yeah.
Hey, that's Seductive Steve
over there just got done with his
being a little bit less than
blatant disregard for the video being filmed right now. So whatever video that's on, enjoy listening to that one as well, because the camera and the microphone pick it up.
We are now recording shaming Seductive Steve. It's going to be okay. He's done more embarrassing things. Yeah. And you can find all of that on Instagram as well and on YouTube.
So you're also Malekith?
Yes, I did.
Was that this year at Dragon Con?
That was this year.
Which was, in my opinion, a little more ambitious.
Yes, because this is the first time where I built a full chest piece of armor, shoulder pieces, gauntlets, leg armor, everything else, completely out of gym format foam, various 6mm, 10mm, and 2mm foam. Yep. It's also the first year where I did makeup. I had a full wig.
And just remember, this is Georgia.
Right.
In the summer. It ain't a cool 68.
90-something degrees walking down the street in full armor, wig, and body paint.
So the cosplayers at Dragon Con, that's the very first thing you should be impressed. There's unbelievable work that you see some people do. Professional.
Absolutely.
Could be on movies. The very first thing is them cats are walking around, and it is horrible hot. I'm in shorts and T-shirt and flip-flops. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Look,
I gotta go
I'm
inside.
6'4", 235. When I took my armor off, I was down to 220.
Yeah.
And I was only in it for 6 hours.
Just throw away them draws. Just
yeah.
throw them away. You know, some Tommy John.
One of the things was we were wearing the Tommy Johns that evening. We swear by the here. If there's a couple of things that we swear by here is Tommy Johns and the bidet. Gotta have it.
Once you wash crack, you never go back. It's the way it is.
Absolutely.
So, any final words? So, we've got folks that have commented that sometimes it's hard to find acceptance with their group of friends because they think, oh, you like, that's not being an adult, collecting things, or, we know that those things are out there. I think we're fortunate to have at least a solid friend group that are very like-minded to us on a lot of things. But, so for folks that are just challenged or discouraged, what's, 30 seconds of advice that would be helpful to somebody?
Use social media. Here's the deal. We live in a day and age where your particular peer group may not be into the exact same things that you're into, and that's okay. There are plenty of groups that you will find in your area. Just this weekend, we have people from here, but courtesy of your channel, we've got people from all over that just came into Georgia strictly to hang out. And that's
search for Facebook groups, and don't even think, well, if I join like the Syndicate's a big toy group, and there's people all over the world. But like, there are groups that are like, I know BJ has the Columbia, South Carolina action figure group, and there's hundreds of people in that group.
Thanks to just social media, I have found action figures locally right next to my job from people that I now see in the store on a regular basis. And they're like, oh yeah, I saw you in the video, or I know who you are through X, Y, and Z. It was like, yeah, I saw that channel, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I found something. And we share the actual locations, or hey, I'm looking for such and such. I've got people right now that I only know through toys, that I only knew through Facebook until we started meeting in real life in the store, in a Walgreens.
So Facebook groups are definitely a thing to check out.
Oh yeah, Instagram.
So we got to run. We got Toylanta going. Woo! Damian, you know what you got to give them to end the video. Give them a little
squeeze it.
Hey now.